Alright, so we're back in the world of Path of Exile 2, and in today's video guys, I want to show you my in-game, not super late, but in-game build designed around the Amazon utilizing crossbows. This is my rapid fire build that is pretty damn solid at doing everything. First, you have really solid, insane single target damage that ramps up relatively quickly, and thus far has been able to shred bosses in a handful of seconds. For our AoE/clear, we use galvanic shards, which we are converting to pretty much freeze so we can have some form of control in CC. That kind of deals with AoE pretty damn good. And then of course there's control with our stun grenades as well as just the freezing. We use just 3 dragons to kind of help us out there for the AoE clear. And overall we just have a really solid build that can do everything we needed to get done. It's not the most fastest build in the world, but definitely is capable of clearing all the content that I've done thus far. And with the very little investment, which is pretty much just a okay bow and the 3 dragons, we've been able to pretty much shred everything really easy. If you're an Amazon player and you want a really solid build that you can pick up super early, this is going to be the build for you. Let me show you how we build this. Alright, now that you guys have a better idea of how the build is and how it plays, let's go over the build itself, just so you guys know how to build it. And first, let's start off with the gems. So for our primary damage dealing skills, we're going to be using galvanic shards. This is just a electric based skill that does some good AoE, and as you probably can see with the gameplay that's playing on the right side now, this just does a wide arc of just electric damage, and then we're converting it to freeze with our 3 dragons, and we're just able to just pepper the whole screen. We're putting fork with it to fork the projectiles, martial tempo for the attack speed, and then glaciation, which is going to help us with the freeze buildup. For our other skill, and our other main skill, is going to be rapid fire. Rapid shot does basically a portion of your damage will be converted to fire, and it will eventually build up heat, dealing more and more damage. The thing about this skill is it has a really big mag. As you can see now, I have 75 round mag with this. It means when we utilize something like fresh clip, this is going to give us 1% more damage for 6 seconds for every time we reload. So essentially, the moment we reload and this thing is like super heated, it's going to just shred everything, and that's kind of how we deal with single target. We're using fire infusion, and then of course primal armaments just to give us some more damage. Now I want to talk about the bread and butter of this build and why I ramp up damage so quickly. Is because one, when we reload the clip, Rapidshot's going to get that increased damage, but we're going to use emergency reload, and this is going to give us more damage whenever we reload, 5% more. With premeditation, that's going to give us 15% more, and then we're going to have Culling Strike with murderous intent and ingenuity just to make it a little faster. And basically what you do is, like, whenever a unique just comes into play, we just melt them so fast, because just by clicking reload, naturally reloading with fresh clip as well as emergency reload is going to give you over 100% damage increase. Plus we're going to have Culling Strike, and essentially that's why everything just dies so rapidly whenever we use it. So you just basically shoot out all 75 rounds. When you get about close to the end, insta reload it, boom, and then just shoot it more, and you just end up doing a ton of damage. So it's a really straightforward build, but you'll be swapping between the two. Rapid shot for the single target, galvanic shards for the AoE, so pretty straightforward. For another defensive layer, we're going to be using flash grenade. Flash grenade is going to do some stun buildup, and it's going to do AoE, it's going to blind. It's just pretty straightforward. It makes it easier to take them down. We have scatter shot, so we get more grenades out of it, and then I put overpower on it for more stun buildup. I think that's pretty straightforward. You just shoot it, it'll just stun things. For our auras, we're going to be using Herald of Thunder with invigorate, long shot, and magnified effect, just so we can always hit everything with our ice. We're also going to be using Arrow of Ice, which will have reach. Oh my god, I can't talk. Which have reach, cold penetration, and frost nexus. I'm kind of messing around with frost nexus. You don't need that. I'm just kind of messing around with it. For our wind dancer, we're using wind dancer and cannibalism for sustain, and then we're using ghost dance with fast forward, because this is going to be a evasion energy shield build, because it is the primary best defense, and that's what we're using. This build doesn't require much more than just that. We don't utilize any bugs, we don't do anything stupid like that. We just play the game, and I try to present a good build to you, and that's all you really need. Just a handful of gems and like some gear. A lot of the footage that we're gonna go over the gear, but a lot of the footage that you're seeing is like, I believe, between 7 and 9 map tier, so not the highest tier, but pretty high. Is an early in-game build, so you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's go over the pieces, and the important pieces of this build is going to be a pretty decent bow, We got this one for I believe it was like 12x. You can probably get one for maybe even cheaper at this point, but it just had increased fizz and added fizz. Nothing too crazy. Any added elemental is pretty nice, of course, but is it just a double fizz bow? I don't think this is even that hard to craft yourself. We threw in some greater iron runes. That's really it. For our helmet, this one was the most expensive piece of this build, which was an Iron Dragon, the three dragon. I don't know why I said Iron Dragon. The 3 dragons, and this is just going to convert hits that deal fire damage will go to shock, cold will go to ignite, and lightning will contribute to frost buildup, and that's why all our lightning stuff is freezing everything. I think this thing cost me 10x or something. Maybe it was a little less, but wasn't much. This is a pretty cheap option that you can utilize. For our chest, we went with, we actually found this on the ground, we crafted it. This one just had spirit, because Dex spirit is something you're gonna need. You can either get it on your amulet or you can get it on your chest, and you'll see my gear is like ass. So, you know, it's a super low cost build, just like 10x, maybe another 10x, 20x, and you can get this off the ground and probably get through most of the end game. I haven't done tier 14s or anything like that, like 11, 12, 13, 14. I haven't done that, but I'm sure it can do it. I'm shredding everything so far. Defense may be a little tough, but because Amazon doesn't have a lot of defense. But yeah, anyway, I finished the gear, sorry. Life, spirit, resistances, and energy shield, and evasion. For our rings, got some added elemental with some res. Kind of the same thing, res with added elemental. Like, it's really a low budget nothing build. Stuff I found. Just my necklace is super garbo. I was using this when I got this in the campaign, so like it's really easy. Glove, this is another campaign piece, has some accuracy, some res, nothing really big. Same, got this in the campaign as well. Some resistances, a little life. And then for our boots, same thing, campaign. Resistances, move speed. Nothing crazy here, just a very straightforward, easy build. You can probably have most, if not all, these parts by the time you come out the campaign. I crafted this and I bought these two, so they're super straightforward and easy. Using a thawing charm, of course, for cold, and that's really it for the most part. For our passive skill tree, what we're going for our Amazon is predatory instinct as well as crit strike. I went predatory instinct first, and then crit strike. There's a good strong argument to be made that you can drop predatory instinct and go penetrate. This is just what I'm using. I'll probably test it and put it in the like mobilytics. There will be a mobilytics, by the way, down in the description, going over how I test it, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, she's an accuracy dex scaling character, so we're gonna go this way, grab all the attack speed, grab all the accuracy, come down here, grab this stuff to penetrate elemental resistance, and basically the way I'm showing you is exactly how you're gonna do it as you level. Go down here for freedom of movement. Oh well, actually I didn't level with this build, so maybe take that with a grain of salt. Escape velocity. And then come down here, grab this, grab maiming strike, we grab acceleration, and then of course falcon dive. Up here we grab the unhindered so that whenever we're moving it isn't slowing us too much. This is a crit scaling build too, so it's crit accuracy dex. We're grabbing all the crit stuff here, grabbing the enhanced reflexes. We probably should grab bestial skin. I didn't grab it because I'm a Papega. All the decks, come over here and grab the falcon technique. Actually, this is what I'm doing last. This part of the tree is first, and then coming over here after the crit is last. This way last. So just heads up. But then come up this way, grab all this, get this for defense because we need some form of defense because she's death prone, because she's just squishy. Crit damage, of course, grabbing all this for the crit, the low walker, mindful awareness, and then step like miss. Come up here, grab all this crit chance, crit damage, and damage whenever you crit. And then after I did all that, why can't I move? I came over here and I did this part. So just a little bit of heads up on the tree, but for the most part straightforward. You're getting crit, you're getting accuracy, you're getting not being hindered while you're like shooting your stuff, evasion, MS, just straightforward stuff that should try to keep you alive and deal damage. That's pretty much it. Anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the build. As I said, this is a non-bug build. Try my best to not do anything like that to cheat. Just want to give you guys a great solid build that works without like abusing bugs. But anyway, if you enjoy the non-bugged straightforward builds like this one, super easy, cheap, accessible, leave me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll be making a few more builds. I got some thorn stuff I'm working on for warrior. But yeah, leave me a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.